Hi, good morning. Sorry if I've got a froggy voice. Nothing catching, I've not got a virus or anything. I just need to get to the GP at some stage, but it's like trying to get an audience with the Queen. Sorry about that, but I thought we'd better start with a drink before I frog out altogether. Sorry I've not been making an appearance. Sue actually did come on Monday, but we couldn't make a video because we were expecting the electricity man at any moment. So I thought I didn't want to start making a video and then he starts coming and wandering backwards and forwards because they're supposed to be replacing a new meter. As it turned out, he arrived and the first thing he said to me was, "What's this?" I thought, "What do you mean, what's this? You're the electrician, I'm not." Anyway, it turns out it was something he'd never seen before, some part of my meter that he must be so old and ancient, a bit like me. And so he has to call in the troops now. So my back dining room looks an absolute state because I pulled everything out ready for him to do it. And as I don't know when he's going to come back or when somebody else is going to come back, I don't know whether to put it back or what. Oh. Health-wise, my shoulders, I don't want to talk about them because I want to cut them off and throw them in the street. So because of that, I haven't done any crocheting whatsoever, and if you know me, that is driving me absolutely bonkers. I've tried watching YouTube videos, trying to catch up, but I'm afraid when I watch videos, I tend to lean, and I can't lean because of my shoulders. Started off on the left-hand side. It's now my right-hand shoulder blade, but we won't go into all that. And Gigi is trying his best to get up here and sit on my knee. And here he comes. Hello, baby. Hello, sweetie. Right, because I've not been buying any yarn, I should be saving up technically, but no, I go browsing on eBay, don't I? Because I can, yeah. And I found this wonderful site. I'm afraid you can't, I don't think you can access it if you're in America, because it's called Boohoo. Boohoo, you can see it. And the things are so cheap, and they were post-free in the UK, of course. So I absolutely adore this poncho. It's like the good, the bad and the ugly. It's got suede fringing. Not sure how I'm going to wash it, probably have to dry clean it. Sue fell in love with it, so I think she'll be getting herself one. There's the back view of it. I don't know whether you can see it or not. Isn't it gorgeous? Should leave it like that, shouldn't I? You can't see me. I think it's absolutely fabulous. Ab-fab, yeah. So what else have I been doing? Let me move Lady Jane over a little bit. Turn her around just so you can see her again. Then this one, I thought, I'm going to buy this one because I think that was £15, I think. This one was £10 and I bought it just because when I get on my knitting machine, I wanted to see how it was made. It's a wrap or a poncho, but as you can see, it's like two, I don't know if I can do it. It's like two long pieces like scarves stitched together down the centre, which makes a wrap. I mean, I won't be able to do the fringing like they've done it because it seems to be actually incorporated into the garment itself. But I've got so many cones in the garage that when I get my machine out, obviously it's a no-no at the moment because there's no way I can do that movement. I'm not even sleeping, it's just getting between, sorry Gigi, getting around the back of me. They're determined to come and sit on my knee, isn't he? What else did I get? Two fabulous hats. One in black, which is in the back, I forgot to bring it, but it's the same. And this one in purple. I can't try it on because I can't wear it when I've got the... Oh my God, it's snowing. Oh, now that was a shock. Just looked out the window and it's snowing. Oh. Anyway, back to the hat. I've got this one in purples. Probably looks blue on the screen, but it's not, it's purples. And I've got one in black. So all in all, I'm very pleased with this site. It's called, like I say, if you're in the UK, you can look at it. I think this was about £3 or £4, something like that. I've always wanted one of these hats. So, but I wouldn't pay like, you know, £15–20 for one, because I know the times I will wear it would be quite unlikely really. But I just fancied me boho. And then, because I can, purple shoes. Now these were brand new. They were from a private seller. I think she must have bought them. For some reason or other she can't wear them. And hotter shoes are quite expensive. They vary in price when they're new, between about £65 and £85. And I got this pair for £18 with the postage. So I'm really, really chuffed about that. They're like a suede-ette. Yeah. So I've got those. And then, because Dina has one and I need one, I've got a grabber. Isn't it cute? I'm so sick of dropping things. I'm so clumsy. My hands don't work first thing in the morning. Forever, ever, dropping things on the floor. And with my shoulder being bad at the minute, it's just not funny trying to bend down and grab it, so got me grabber. Then I got myself, I hoped they would be canvas on the top, but they're not. They're actually like Wellington boots, yeah. But they're cute, aren't they? Look at the soles. When I was a kid, we used to call these kind of soles, you know, crepe soles, we used to call them brothel creepers for some reason or another, I don't know why. But the teddy boys used to wear big soles like this. But these are, I mean, they're cute. I love the pattern on them, but they're not quite what I wanted. I wanted more of, oops, where won't the zip go up? Oh, it's stuck on the thing. There we go. I wanted to pair more in canvas, but as I say, I paid about £15, I think, for these, with the postage. I mean, for sale they were a lot more, but I bid on them and nobody else bid on them, so I was very, very lucky. And then, last but not least, I got myself a pair of suede bootikins. They've got little jewels on them, can you see? I really don't, I've got sandals, but you know, oh, it stopped snowing. That was just a little flurry one too, surprisingly. I like to wear boots even in the summer, you know, with the skirt, so these are, I thought they were canvas actually, but they're not. They're suede-ette or whatever you want to call them. They're not proper suede, suede-ette. So I think they're quite cute. They were, I don't know how much they were. I think they were about £10, something like that. So all in all, I mean, I bought 2 hats, 2 ponchos off this site. 2 hats, 2 ponchos, 3 necklaces, a woolly hat that's got like jewels across the front, a headband that's got like a brooch thing hanging down on it. What else did I buy? I bought something else, and it only came to £38 all in all, so I thought that was quite good. Sue was very tempted. But all in all, with my shoes and my boots and my God knows what is, I've spent too much money this time. Money that I should have spent on my credit card bill. But we won't go into that. Yeah, so apart from that, I've not been doing anything, which is really frustrating me, because me without my crocheting, I'm like a bear with a sore head. I've tried to crochet. I've had, you know, I've put my massager on, I've got a TENS machine, tried that, I've practically used up more tubes of Voltarol and ibuprofen gel. I'm high as a kite on prescription meds, but nothing is working. So at times like this, when I wish I had a partner of some description, or a daughter, who would be willing to massage my shoulder with some, you know, properly. I've tried with a long handle whatever, and it doesn't quite work, does it? You can't, because my arms don't work, either one of them, I can't get round the back. Yeah. I sound like a proper Whinge Annie, don't I, here? And I'm not really. I'm trying to keep positive. And in the meantime, I answered the phone, and it was a survey. I don't usually do them, but it was from the British Sports Council, which was quite funny really, because they're asking me, what sports have you done in the last 4 weeks. Have you done gardening? Have you done this? And I'm like, no, no, no. Everything she asked me was no. The only thing I said yes to was, she said, are you happy with what the sports facilities you've got in your area? And I said, no, I'm not. I said, when we moved here 48 years ago, I said we were promised a new sports and leisure centre. It was being built at the top. But instead they built a shopping precinct, which they're now talking about tearing it down and redoing it all. But we still haven't got. I mean, we're not devoid of anything. If I had a car, I could get in the car and I could go to the local sports centres, which is like up the road a few miles. But anywhere here where I could get to, like with my scooter or something, there's nothing. I would love to have a swimming pool, you know, because I can do water aerobics quite well with all my problems, and they do me good actually. But because I don't have a car, I would have to get a taxi up there, because I can't go on public transport because the scooter won't fit. And it's too far for me to scoot. So it would be really nice if I had one, just I could go up the village and just... And I'm sure it would benefit the local youth, because they've absolutely got nothing to do around here, nothing at all. It's no wonder we... Well, they're not too bad around here, I shouldn't say they're vandals, but they do get into mischief, a lot of the younger ones, yeah. You know, vandalism where they're writing on walls and they're clustering together in gangs and frightening everybody to death. I mean, they're not doing anything per se, but like if the people are frightened of them, they see about 20 kids hanging around the shopping precinct, you know. So I would love to have had a swimming pool. Leisure centre, swimming pool, something for the kids to do. It'd be great. What have I been doing? Not a lot. Gigi's sat round the back of me, so you can't see him in a minute. He's round the back there. Yesterday was funny because he rolled in something again on his way. He was walking through the clough in the woodland down the bottom, and he rolled in something stinky. I mean, he did get a bath, but he still was a bit stinky when he came. And of course, because I'm not knitting or crocheting, he took it as a big signal that he could sit on my chest all day. I must admit I gave in to him because I was a bit bored and fed up, and cuddling a dog is better than not doing anything at all, isn't it? There was nothing specifically on TV that I liked, yeah. I was watching Who Do You Think You Are for about the umpteenth time. But I would love to have took part in a programme like that. We've got a lot of myths in our families, you know, where we're supposed to have come from, like everybody, you know. One of the myths, we've not got any myths that were related to royalty or anything like that, but, you know, there's sort of unexplained things in the family where we don't know what went on, and people who've tried to do the family tree have reached like a dead stop. When they get to a certain person, we can't go any further back. And, you know, I'd love to know whether we were related, you know, from the Flemish weavers. That's the rumour. The rumour is that our ancestors on one side of the family came over to be weavers in the trade. And the other ones were like fustian weavers, which is, this felt hat is an example of fustian, where they make felt, you know, out of different things. So part of the family was supposed to be like in the hat trade, fustian weavers. But the rest of the family, we've always been in the cotton industry before it kind of died up here. A lot of my family on one side, well, on two sides I think, worked in the cotton industry, because there wasn't a lot else to do right locally, you know. But it would be nice. And my father's family were reportedly coming from Scotland, or somebody else said it was from Ireland, so I don't know. I would love to know. But not enough to do Who Do You Think You Are? Because I'd have to pay for it, wouldn't I? They wouldn't do me, because I'm a nobody. Gigi's now snoring behind me. I'm sorry you can't see him, but he's there behind me. Yeah, so all I've been doing is watching YouTube videos, watching the TV. And I had the back door open because it was lovely and sunny, and Gigi was dancing in and out and jumping about and everything like that. But I'm afraid I think I'm going to have to close the back door because I've got short sleeves on, because it was nice when I got up this morning. I mean, this is another reason why we're all poorly in the UK, because we don't know what the blooming weather's going to be like. You get up and it's lovely and warm and sunny, so you think, oh, short sleeves today, even though I've got a vest underneath. You think, oh, that's nice. And then you've been dabbing down here, what, about an hour now? Well, I've been dressed about an hour. I've been up since 8 o'clock. And already I'm freezing. So I'm going to have to find myself a sweater. Yeah, I could wear one of my ponchos, couldn't I? But I don't want to wear this one because this is an outdoor one, really. It's like a fabric. It's not knitted or anything like that. It's a fabric. It's more like upholstery fabric, really. But as I say, Sue really fell in love with it. I love it. They've got other ones on the site, but I must not spend any more money. Not at all. So I've still got my knitting queen. I mean, I can't even knit on the machine because the action of going backwards and forwards with this arm would just kill me whatsoever, kill me. Sorry about that. But I've no yarn forthcoming to show you when it arrives because I've not ordered anything. I've been very, very good. The pink cardigan is ready for stitching up, but I wasn't even in the... I mean, today is, dare I say it, fingers crossed, tiny bit easier. But that's because yesterday I was on the, you know, my roller back machine thing there. And I also have like a little tiny electric blanket that was my mum's little one like that, that I had on my shoulder. And because I'm lathered up with the pain-killing meds or whatever you want to call them, the ibuprofen stuff. So it's a little easy today, but I don't want to risk it. I've got to stitch the pink cardigan up, like I said, so maybe my shoulder will let me do that, yeah. Pin it together and at least try my best to. Anyway, I did set my alarm today, even though there's nobody here, only me. It says I've got 6 minutes left, but I don't think I'll bother chatting to you for 6 more minutes because I've got nothing more to say. Except if you've got sunshine, please will you send me some. I am fed up. If you know of anybody who will run round the house to me and tidy up for me and massage my shoulder, please let me know. I'm afraid I can't afford to pay the airfare for you to fly over. Oh dear. It's a good job I've got a sense of humour, otherwise I'd scream. Hey, still, it's what keeps me going, isn't it? Sense of humour keeps you going all the time. When you've got nothing else to be happy about, you've just got to be happy. It's probably my medication, you know, I'm going a bit loopy. Because I'm up to the limit with what I can take, you know. I've not overdosed yet, although it's been tempting to take a few extra pills, but I know that, you know, the prescription meds, by the way, I'm not into any other kind of drugs. I take enough tablets as it is without taking anything illegal. Although I must admit, on days like this, it would be nice, I think, to experiment with a bit of medicinal cannabis because it's supposed to relax your muscles, isn't it? But I'm not going on a street corner buying any, so don't worry about me. I'm not going to do anything illegal. I just wish that they would find some way of making medicinal, you know, like in a tablet form. Because if it's a muscle relaxant, it would be great, you know, for what I want it to do. It would be the best thing ever, but I think in America maybe you can get it, but I don't think they can over here. Now you just get a fine. I think you're allowed to have some, or they overlook if you have some for your own personal use, but as I don't smoke anyway, I think it would be a bit pointless me getting anything like that because I wouldn't know what to do with it. Oh, I just want a nice young man to rub me down with an oily rag. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. It's one of the only times in my life, apart from changing light bulbs and things like that, that I can't reach. It's at times like this when I need something massaging or something rubbing in my back that I miss having a partner of some description, or a very, very good friend, or a daughter, as I said before. But as my son doesn't live anywhere near me, we can't ask him to do it. I think he'd be a bit funny about massaging something into my shoulder blades. He might do, I don't know, I'd have to ask him. If it's still bad next week, I might beg on Sue to do it for me. Yeah, she didn't bring anything new anyway, by the way, on Monday when she came, because I told her I was expecting the electricity man any time. So we just didn't bother doing a video. Because I knew for a minute, the minute I started to switch the camera on, the doorbell would ring. So I took a chance today because the postman has just been and brought me shoes and everything like that. And I'm waiting for a few other bits and pieces, but they're nothing expensive. Nothing to do with my craft. All to do with me. Browsing online thinking, oh, that's a good idea, I'll have one of those. Oh, that's a good idea. They might only be £3 and £4 each, but they don't half mount up, and that's what I forget. So anyway, the snow stopped, so it didn't last 2 minutes. So I wish you all a nice crafty day, and I hope none of you are suffering with any kind of pains, because it's not funny, is it? Anyway, I don't want sympathy, by the way. I'm just having a whinge. So just forgive me for whinging, because I think we're entitled to whinge every now and again. So, whinge over. I'm going. Bye now.